All right, so as we all know, Virginia recently, like within the past couple of weeks, had a gerrymandering proposal that went out, and it was terrible. And it's recently been shot down, though, by their Supreme Court or something. So I guess they're back to square one. So they started here, well, kind of these two. This is how people majority vote. All those counties that are red, blah, blah, fine. Land doesn't count. So, okay, you get these blue areas, must be highly densely populated. This is kind of what they ended up with at the end. Where's my finger? And then they wanted to redistrict it to this bottom thing. So they'd have 10 seats for Democrats and one for Republican. Where currently it was something like 6 seats for Democrats and 5 for Republican, which, considering how red Virginia kind of really is in the grand scheme of things, that's more than fair. I mean, Democrats already were getting the upper hand in a state that looks like they shouldn't have the upper hand. I get it. Land doesn't vote. I get it. I'm just saying, when you look at it, though, you see, oh, wow, look at all that red. Anyways, yeah, this redistricting was ridiculous. And all the backlash since it's been shot down, which is obviously great, but all that backlash has just been kind of crazy. It's like you have, morons like AOC out there. Oh, they're trying to infringe on black people voting. Boo hoo hoo, boo hoo hoo. Okay, what was infringing on them being able to vote before? And what would be infringing on them being able to vote now? I mean, just because you change your districts and all that crap doesn't mean that these people moved. I mean, that's why you did that, so then you could try to capitalize on the black people. But, if you're trying to get more of their vote to count or whatever, maybe what they should do is vote more. They probably just aren't voting enough to begin with. So doing something dumb like this doesn't help anything out with them. Like, they still have the same opportunity, regardless of how you feel like cheating or not. It's just something that they have to use, though, to justify their cheating. Oh, we couldn't make it like this, so we gotta make up some kind of lame excuse. It's also just insane. I saw a news headline that said something, not a headline, it was an actual like video, and they were like, Virginians spoke, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, Virginians spoke? This right here was the final tally. 50.3% voted yes, 49.7 voted no. I mean, the numbers are right there. It's what, 14,000 people difference? Oh yeah, right there, 14,133 is the difference. And like that's not the people speaking. Like, they make it sound like this huge landslide, like it was a 66-33 or something. Like, no, your terrible redistricted map was basically going to take all these people that voted no and just be like, yeah, double middle finger, F you. You have no say at all. And these slight margin of yes is going to be able to control the whole state. How is that fair at all? It's just like, this is what I was talking about in my last video. I said, how can anybody be a Democrat? Because Democrats just suck. There's nothing to be proud about them. There's nothing to look up to them for. Nothing to look forward with them. You know what I mean? Like policy. They're not going to have any good policy or any good ideas. It's always just trash and garbage and suck and misery. And I just don't get how people are so blind and like dumb, bluntly, that they just follow along. I gotta vote for that because TV told me Trump and Republicans are terrible Nazi fascists. Like, that must be the only thing that you got going on in your head. Like, something like this. How do you see something like this and think that's even remotely fair, that half the population is just basically going to be silenced? But the other thing too, the huge irony with all these Democrats crying that the Supreme Court ended up shooting down that terrible gerrymandering, is you have like New England and surrounding areas that look like this. Massachusetts is a third Republican, 0 seats. Connecticut is almost half Republican, no seats. Maine, even closer to almost half, no seats. Like, you see the list there. The list goes down, BOD, all these. Vermont, okay, it's only a third Republican, but still, 0 seats. Like, all of these states have a good portion of Republican people that are part of them, part of the state, and yet they have no representation. Me, I'm a registered Republican, but clearly I have no representation because gerrymandering and such, right? Screw me and the other 42% of this state's population. Screw New Hampshire's almost 50%. Basically, what's happening in New Hampshire is exactly the same as what would have happened in Virginia. 49% of those people don't have a say. Well, 48% of the New Hampshire residents don't have a say. But, you know, it's funny, you don't ever hear a Democrat crying about any of this. You don't hear Newsom crying about California and how that's heavily gerrymandered. It's just when something doesn't go their way, all of a sudden it's a problem. Now it's, it's Jim Crow 2.0. Jim Crow 2.0? Because you guys were trying to extremely cheat and gerrymandered the hell out of your state so that it was just basically all blue. You went from a perfectly purple state to all blue, and somehow that's Jim Crow 2.0, and MAGA's racist, and black people don't have a say now, and what else can we say? That just sounds really stupid, but nobody's gonna think about what we're saying, so it's gonna sound great. Drool. Here's another pretty good graphic that's just kind of funny. You know, you got the the top left over here, fairness. When Republicans win by 5%, that's unfair. We need fair maps. And then, you know, it shows how nothing over here. 5 states, 0 Republican seats, 100% Democrat control. Perfectly fair. Don't change a thing. But then down here, it's showing, you know, when Democrats win by 5%, that's great. Maybe we can make it even better for us. And then they go and gerrymander the hell out of this. Like, you know, where it goes from 5 seats were Republican to now 9 are Democrat. So that would leave 2 Republican. That's not true either. I'm pretty sure it was only 1 seat would have been Republican. Anyways, I guess that's really all I have overall. I didn't really plan this video out. I just wanted to kind of talk about it. Just kind of try to point out some more hypocrisy and nonsense that comes with the left and how they just think that this is fine. They think that literally tearing away the voice of half of their state is fine. You know, they're crying about all those other things I said, black people can't vote or have a say or whatever and blah, 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 blah. But what about half of your state that doesn't agree with this blue crap? So everybody is supposed to be subjected to just this because that's what you want? The logic. Well, I mean, I guess it's not there, but that's on purpose. That's by design. They need everybody to be stupid because that's how you keep voting for this. If you have any intelligence, obviously you become a Republican. So they rely on people being stupid. And unfortunately, apparently a lot of people are stupid and thought that this was fine. 51% of Virginia thought so, at least. Anyways, yeah, that's all I got. It's kind of a lame video. Didn't really have too much commentary to say. I just wanted to talk about it. So yeah, thanks for listening and have a great day.